Hello everyone, welcome to Physics Universe. Here this will be the fourth video in the series of numerical questions for JEE and NEET. So here let us see the first question in this video. The question given is three particles have velocities 3, 4 and 12 centimeters per second respectively. Their RMS speed is. RMS speed is nothing but root mean square. First square, then take the mean and then consider the root. So VRMS for the given molecules will be is equal to root of 3 square plus 4 square plus 12 square, 3 particles, so divided with 3 whole root. So this is 3 square, 9 plus 16, 25, 25 plus 144, 169. The root of 169 is 13. So 13 by root 3, the root 3 will be 1.732. See the calculation, this will approximately equal to 7.505. Units will be in centimeters per second, as all the velocities are in centimeters per second. Let us see the next question here. Here, let us make small changes here. Here the graph should start from here and this will be y-axis. So the question given is, figure shows plot of PV by T and P for 2 grams of oxygen gas at different temperatures. The value PV by T when the curve meets on the y-axis is. Here you can see these two graphs will represent real gas and this dotted line will represent ideal gas. When they are meeting at y-axis, the ideal gas is also having same characteristics as real gas. So according to ideal gas equation, we can write PV by T is equals to nothing but NR. Here 2 grams of oxygen is given, so number of moles will be 2 by 32 into R value is 8.314. So this calculation will be approximately 0.519. Let us see the next question. So here this is a question about RMS velocities again. The question given is the molecules of a given mass of a gas have RMS velocities of 100 meters per second at 27 degrees centigrade and certain pressure. When the temperature is 327 degrees centigrade, the pressure is. We know that RMS velocity will be is equals to root 3r T by m, or we can write it as root 3p by rho. If pressure changes, density will also change and this will get compensated. Basically, RMS velocity will not depend on its pressure. It will depend on its temperature, as Vrms will be directly proportional to root T. Let us assume here the velocity is x. So the ratio of RMS velocity is 100 upon x will be is equals to root of initial temperature by final temperature. Here it is given in degree centigrade converted into Kelvin. 27 degree centigrade will be 300 Kelvin divided by 327 will be 600 Kelvin. So this will be 1 by root 2. So here x will be is equals to 100 root 2. Root 2 value is 1.414. 1.414 into 100, so this will be 1.4 meters per second. Let us see the next question here. Here the question given is the work done in moving a body of mass 10 kilograms from the bottom of a smooth inclined plane of length 4 meters and inclination 60 degrees is. So let us draw the given situation here. This total length is given as 4 meters and inclination is given as 60 degrees. There is a block of mass 10 kilograms and what will be the work done in moving this. So here if we consider the gravitational force acting, sine component will be acting along the plane and cos component will be acting perpendicular to the plane. So cos component will be mg cos 60, which will be mg by 2, and sine component will be mg sin 60, will be mg root 3 by 2. We have to just apply a force which will be equal to mg root 3 by 2, so that it will be slowly moving up the incline. So the work done by force will be nothing but equal to force mg into root 3 by 2 into distance 4. As force and displacement both are in same direction, cos will be equal to cos 0, that is 1. So here mg will be is equals to 10 into 10, 100 into root 3 by 2 into 4. So this will be 200 root 3. Root 3 value is 1.732. You can substitute the value here. This will be equal to 346.4 joules. Let us see the next question here. Again, this is a question related to power. The question given is, the force applied by the engine of a train of mass 2 into 10 power 6 kilograms changes its velocity from 10 meters per second to 20 meters per second in 10 minutes. The power of engine in megawatt is. So we know that power can be written as work done by time. Here, according to work energy theorem, the net work done is nothing but equals to change in kinetic energy. So power can be written as change in kinetic energy by time. Change in kinetic energy will be half into mass into V final square minus V initial square, that is 20 square minus 10 square. 20 square will be 400 and 10 square will be 100. So 400 minus 100, this will be 300 upon T. Here if you observe, T is given in minutes, convert it into seconds. 10 minutes will be equal to 600 seconds. So this will be 2 times. This 2 will get cancelled out. So this will be 0.5 into 10 power 6 watt, or this will be is equals to 0.5 megawatt. So here the missing value will be 0.5. Let us see the next question here. Here this is a question related to elasticity. The question given is, a rubber cord of length 40 centimeters and area of cross section 4 into 10 power minus 6 meters square gains 30 joules of energy when an elongation through 10 centimeters. The Young's modulus in terms of 10 power 8 Newton per meter square is. We know that energy gained will be is equals to half into Young's modulus into strain square, which will be delta L by L whole square into volume. Volume can be written as length into area of cross section. Now just substitute the values here. Energy gained is given as 30, which will be is equal to half into Young's modulus into delta L by L, 10 upon 40, that will be 1 by 4. 1 by 4 square will be 16 into L. L is given here in centimeters, so this will be 0.4 meters into area of cross section is given in meters square. Directly substitute it. So this will be 4 times, this will be 0.1 times. So you can see here, y will be is equals to 600 into 10 power 6, or we want it in terms of 10 power 8, so this will be 6 into 10 power 8 Newton per meter square. Let us see the next question. Next question is again depending on elasticity. Here the question given is, a uniform wire Young's modulus is subjected to a longitudinal tensile stress of 6 into 10 power 7 Newton per meter square. If the overall change in the volume of the wire is 0.02%, the fractional decrease in the radius of wire is dash into 10 power minus 5. Here changes as 10 power minus 5. The value of x is. So here we know that Young's modulus is nothing but longitudinal stress upon longitudinal strain. Strain we can write it as delta L by L. So here the longitudinal strain produced delta L by L is nothing but stress upon Young's modulus. Just substitute the values here. So delta L by L will be is equals to, stress is 6 into 10 power 7 divided by Young's modulus 2 into 10 power 11. This will be 3 times and this will be 10 power minus 4. So this will be 3 into 10 power minus 4. Generally a wire can be considered as a cylinder. Cylinder volume is nothing but equals to pi r square h. Here h will be is equal to the length of the wire. So if we consider the rate change here, delta V by V will be is equals to 2 times delta R by R plus delta L by L. Here percentage change is given. So fractional change will be divided by 100. So delta V by V will be is equals to 2 into 10 power minus 4 is equals to 2 into delta R by R. Delta L by L we have just calculated 3 into 10 power minus 4. So if you bring this here, 2 into delta R by R will be is equals to minus 10 power minus 4. So delta R by R will be is equals to minus 0.5 into 10 power minus 4. So we want it in terms of 10 power minus 5. So this will be is equals to 5 into 10 power minus 5. Here negative sign will indicate the decrease in radius. So here the missing value x will be is equal to 5. Let us see the next question. Here this is a question related to thermal conduction from heat transfer. The question is, two identical rods of metal are welded in series that 20 calories of heat is flown through them in 4 minutes. If the rods were welded in parallel, then the sum of the amount of heat will flow in n newtons. So first case, they are in series. Let us assume each rod is having a resistance R, thermal resistance R, and here the temperature is T1 and T2. Here 20 calories is converted or transferred in 4 minutes. Now in the second case, they are in parallel, kept one on another. Temperatures are same at the end. Now the same 20 calories is transferred in n minutes. So here we can write the current, heat current, that is Q by T, 20 calorie by 4 minutes, will be is equals to temperature change by, which is T1 minus T2 by total thermal resistance. Here R and R are in series, so total thermal resistance will be 2R. Similarly here, same amount of current is flown, heat is flown in some n minutes. This will be is equals to T1 minus T2 upon, here the equivalent resistance will be R and R in parallel, R by 2. So 2 will come into the numerator. Now if we divide this, 20 will get cancelled, T1 minus T2 will get cancelled, R will get cancelled. So this will be 4 by n will be is equals to 1 by 4, sorry, this will be reciprocal, n by 4. N by 4 will be is equal to 1 by 4. 4 will get cancelled. So here n will be is equals to 1 minute. Let us see the next question. Here the diagram is not clear. This question is related to rotational motion. Let me draw the diagram here first. Here the force is applied at a height h from the center. This can be a clear representation of the question. So the question given is, a billiard ball of radius r is struck by a Q as shown. Assume that the impulse given by the Q is purely horizontal. For the ball to roll without any initial slippage, the value of h will be yr by 5. What will be the value of y? So here if this is not going to slip, then its linear acceleration and its angular acceleration can be related as a is equals to r alpha, and the body will be in pure rotation about this point, about the point which is in contact with the ground. So here if we write the force equation can be written as F is equals to ma. Let m be the mass of the ball, and the torque equation about this point, about the point which is in contact with ground, can be written as tau, which is F into r plus h. This distance will be r and this distance will be h. So F into r plus h will be is equals to I. This billiard ball can be considered as a solid sphere. About this axis it will be 2 by 5 mr square. About this axis it will be 2 by 5 mr square plus mr square. Parallel axis theorem. This will be 7 by 5 mr square into, in pure rolling we can write alpha is nothing but equals to a by r. So instead of alpha I am directly writing it as a by r. So r will get cancelled. Here this ma is nothing but equal to f. So this ma and f will get cancelled out. So from this we can write r plus h will be is equals to 7 by 5 r. So from here h will be is equals to 7 by 5 r minus r, which will be 2 by 5 r. So if you see the question, this y should be equals to 2. Let us see the last question in this video. Here this is again related to rotational motion from the topic moment of inertia. It is given that the moment of inertia of a uniform circular disc about a diameter is I. Its moment of inertia about an axis perpendicular to the plane and passing through a point on its rim is increased by times. So let us assume this is a disc of mass m and radius r. About a diameter, its moment of inertia is given as I. We know that about a diameter, the moment of inertia is nothing but mr square by 4. So according to the diagram, I will be is equal to mr square by 4. about this axis, which is passing through the center of mass and perpendicular to the plane. If this is I, this will be also equal to I. Symmetry, both axes are symmetric. So according to perpendicular axis theorem, the moment of inertia about this axis, which is passing through the center, will be is equal to I plus I, which will be 2I. Now we want about an axis passing through the point of the ring and perpendicular to the ring. We want about this axis. According to parallel axis theorem, I can write IA will be is equals to IC plus MD square. Here D is R. Distance between the center axis and the required axis is R. So this will be plus MR square. IC is 2I. So I about the required axis will be is equals to 2I plus MR square. From this equation I can write MR square will be is equal to 4I. So instead of MR square I am directly writing it as 4I. So this will be 6I. So moment of inertia about the required axis will be increasing by 6 times. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Physics Universe for more updates. Thank you.